Things you should never buy at TJ Maxx, Home Goods, and Marshalls. Why? The evidence will shock you. The death of Michael Jackson. Was it accidental or on purpose? Panera exposed for their frozen mac and cheese. But is there something else they're hiding? How teens are influenced by social media, but don't know it. Alright guys, another conspiracy theory hula meek coming to you. Let's get started.
I wish indeed that my mother, whose memory I cherish across the veil of years, could have been here to see me.
As we all know, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, and Marshalls are really good stores to buy your products and buy your stuff. For example, clothes, your beauty products, furniture, toys, perfumes, things you should never buy at the stores because you don't know what's in it. Makeup, serious hit or miss at TJ Maxx and Marshalls for a couple of reasons. You're most likely to be shopping things that already been sampled by other customers. People could leave lipsticks open, already reviewed by their hand, their wrists, or even on their lips. Another thing you should not buy: perfumes or colognes. Perfumes in stores like Burlington, TJ Maxx, and Home Goods, and stores like those, their colognes are all shut down on this box. The only way to open it is by buying it and the cashier opening the bottles. You don't want to buy a perfume that smells horrendous and you don't know how it smells like. Another thing you should not buy: furniture. While Home Goods, big brand names in their furniture department, I recommend being cautious when shopping for investment pieces like dressers or a set of dining chairs. These items maybe seem like a good deal. They might be. But a bunch of products come into a stock from failed product inspection. So be careful of what you buy, which is unfortunate if you bought something you were tending to keep around for a while. And the last thing you should not buy from these stores are hair products. And the reason being is because you're going to end up paying more than the original price of the item. So if you ever walk into the stores and is trying to buy some items like these, I think you should think again and wonder if you will really want to buy it. On June 25th, 2009, American singer Michael Jackson died over an accident overdose. There are many theories about Michael Jackson's death. There are ones claiming that he's still alive, pretending to play this big role as this guy right here. There's theories that his death was a homicide.
So unequivocally, that misplaced trust had far too high a price to pay. That misplaced trust in the hands of Conrad Murray cost Michael Jackson his life. The coroner's office concluded this was, in fact, a homicide. That Michael Jackson's death was a homicide. And more specifically, the coroner's office concluded that the cause of death was acute propofol intoxication, coupled with a contributory factor of the additional benzodiazepines in his system. The investigation centered on the events of June 24th and June 25th, 2009. And the question became, what occurred between June 24th, 2009, when Michael Jackson, shown in this picture, is performing at Staples Center singing Earth Song. What happened between that time and approximately 12 hours later when Michael Jackson is dead? What you will learn through the evidence is that what happened during that time frame is that the acts and the omissions of Michael Jackson's personal doctor, Conrad Murray, directly led to his premature death at the age of 50. What is propofol? Propofol is a general anesthetic agent. It's defined as an intravenous sedative hypnotic agent for the use in the induction and maintenance of anesthesia or sedation. Put simply, it's what's used to put you under. Things can go bad very quickly. Very quickly. And if you are not knowledgeable and competent and prepared, it will lead to the death of your patient. Listen to the voice of Michael Jackson on May 10th, 2009.
When people leave the show, when people leave my show, I want to say, I've never seen nothing like this in my life. Go, go. I've never seen nothing like this. Go. It's amazing. He's the greatest entertainer in the world. I'm taking that money. I'm really children's hospital. The biggest in the world. Michael Jackson Children's Hospital.
I would say Murray would be guilty because who else would tape somebody's final words if it was an accidental overdose? It's crazy because the thing is, accidental overdose. Why would a doctor, his own doctor, record his final words and prescribe him those things that he did not need? His death was caused because of a homicide. People think it's because he was so addicted to drugs, but deep down, there was people trying to kill him.
What's wrong, Michael?
I don't know if I should tell you this, but I don't know who may be listening. There may be a group of people that want to get rid of me. They don't want me here anymore.
I don't understand. What do you mean? Talk to me.
I can't talk about it over the phone. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just feel in my soul, only God knows, they could shoot me. They could stab me. They could frame me and say I overdosed you with drugs. They can do a lot of things.
Who could do these things?
It's not the government. It's more than the government. But I don't know, Tita. I don't care. They can take me. I don't even care my life anymore. I just want my children to be okay. My angels. I want them to be safe.
Michael.
Panera got exposed for this one TikTok that a girl posted from her job, and she got fired by putting this out in the internet, and people have found this really crazy.
Look at this dude. Wait till you see the. No, 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 no.
Panera, what the heck? Why? Oh my god, I have so many questions. Panera's defending the mac and cheese backlash by saying a Panera spokesperson told CNN The company doesn't comment on personal matters, but assures that the meals are shipped frozen so they can leave out certain perspectives that don't meet the company's clean standards. The mac and cheese is made like that on a bag. I wonder what the rest of Panera's food is like.
Oh Lord, Jesse made another one.
Bruh, look at this dude. Wait till you see the. No, 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 no. Bruh, look at this dude. Wait till you see the. No, 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 no.
Teens are so influenced by the internet now. There's good use of the internet of making music, relaxing yourself, chilling in your chilling area. People could use it for help, like online search, or if they're having problems, suicide calls. Also, people can use it for bad. Manipulate people, Photoshop, exposing people, and it's happening a lot now. To stalk other people. Teenagers all over the world has been influenced over and over and over again by history and now by technology. Us as teens, we are so manipulated over the world that to the point where we can't live without our phones. Technology has changed so much of our environment. This is a conspiracy theory though. I wouldn't say this is a fact. Us as teenagers are so influenced by that we make it as a bad environment, but don't believe everything that's out there. I know I cover a lot of topics. It was just 4 topics that I only talked about, but the thing is, I'm giving our special guest the time and shine she needs. You have been warned. If you're sensitive to topics like suicide, murder, things that will ruin your childhood, and more deeper meanings, click away from this video because our special guest will be covering those type of things. And don't believe everything that's on the media. Now, to our special guest. Bye.
I am the special guest. In today's video, we're talking about 4 topics. Some of them don't usually have like conspiracy theories, but also just to dive into what more of the society tries to ignore. For today, we're gonna talk about Dr. Seuss. Yes, that's right, Dr. Seuss, at least your childhood favorite book. But surprisingly to me, as I did some research with my partner, of course, we found out that he actually does have some pretty deep stuff in his books. For example, talks about politic stuffs. For example, the Nazis. One of his books, an animal locked up in a cage and has like a Nazi sign. It's pretty dark. They also say that his first wife actually died from suicide. Of course he had 2 wives, but the first one died of suicide. The first wife actually left her husband and left her children to be with Dr. Seuss, which, yeah, well, kind of a twist there. Apparently his first wife, yeah, she actually did commit suicide. Supposedly she was suspicious about her husband having an affair with her close friends. She took her life in October 1967 at the age of 68. The woman that he was having an affair with became his second wife. Alright, so another thing people suspect about Dr. Seuss is that he was a pretty racist person. I mean, in one of the books he has like black people. They like have big lips, like pretty big lips as he would describe them. This is really disturbing, to be honest. Yeah, that motherfuckers really scare me. Like, you know, to be honest, I feel like the 19-something shows about kid shows are pretty scary and they have like dark secrets. And I think that's... I just found another conspiracy theory video. Bitch, 19 shows. They were banned. It's a gay propaganda. So you telling me this show got canceled because it was gay? That's childish. Teletubbies. Kid shows. Pretty innocent. Let me throw out some facts. Tinky Winky, the oldest, is the purple one. He's actually 10 feet. 10 feet. That's how tall Tinky Winky is. Purple son of a po, but they're 6 feet 6 inches. Lala is like 6 feet 5 inches, and Green Dipsy 8 feet. A couple years ago, there was this tweet from Teletubbies Updates, which so it has like a names and it has these numbers beside it. I guess it's people he knows, he or she knows, and it's their ages. He tweeted, let me see, he tweeted the 7 tweets in one day, and they go, I guess they all go together, is what I'm trying to say. The person who tweets this, I guess it makes sense to them. I'm questioning it. Let's see what the comment says. This guy's still going, laughing my ass off. Coast says, okay, eyes, bro, you're fine, you're good. So they're basically like concerned about him. Teletubby says, don't bro, don't say that. Please love your family alone. You want some weed? You okay with me? I wouldn't say disturbing, but it just leaves you hanging. It says, my story, quote unquote story, can't continue. Francis is suffering because of what he did. What else? The end. And then it shows like this picture of these two eyes. I don't know who these two eyes are from, but they really sure do creep me out. Me and my partner were doing this research. We came through this like topic of kids shows, right? You got a lot of kids shows out there that actually change over the decades, to be honest, let's say, and one of them could be SpongeBob, which of course you can find different resemblance to from back then from now. I don't know when this show actually aired. It was aired only once. Try to find some actual clips from the air show, but they're just like edited out, so they're quite difficult to find. So in this particular episode, so at the beginning of the episode, it shows where in the title it says Squidward suicide, and to me that's really disturbing for my childhood, as you could say. Throughout the episode, Squidward, he's playing his instrument, of course, just like normal what he would do. He stops and hears SpongeBob outside, tells them to like quiet down, and then typical SpongeBob, he's like, yeah, sure. Later that night, Squidward, he had a concert. Throughout the episode, he plays his clarinet and people start booing at him, but not like your typical boo boo, to make you feel a little bit more. What I mean to say is that they would make you feel weak. I think it was SpongeBob too, he was booing him too, and that's not really typical of him, but I guess is what the writers were actually feeling. After the concert, Squidward, he goes to his room and he just stays there. Nothing happens for a couple of minutes, but then like, later on he starts crying, but like not your typical crying, but more like you feel alone. He feels alone, of course. Like, who wouldn't feel that way after people boo you and they make you feel pretty bad for yourself? Throughout the episode, he cries and he cries, and then the crying starts getting louder and louder. Later, his eyes start to seem like when they were playing back in the concert, their eyes were turning red, And so of course his eyes were turning red too. And to be honest, this is where things get really disturbing. His eyes, I can't really explain it how, but they just start turning red. Oh, but he just stands there staring with his red eyes, and it's really disturbing for people to watch because they're already watching it, and it's like you're paralyzed. Then it's just like that for minutes and minutes. And then later throughout the episode, it shows where I think he's holding some type of gun. I think it's like a shotgun or something. He's holding something on his head, something like that. He didn't hung himself actually, but he just put something on. He killed himself. There's no explanation of why they actually aired this show, although it's pretty disturbing. It's just a creepypasta. I feel like there's like a real reason behind it. K-pop. As we all know, K-pop is literally dominating. I mean, worldwide. I mean, can you see that? I mean, world tours going on everywhere. I mean, they're canceled because of the coronavirus, but for real, like, K-pop has been really dominating these couple of years. I would say like 3 years or more. Back then it was like something not really common since pop was pretty popular. A couple of years back then, K-pop was like starting to boom after, you know, BTS, DNA, billboards. As we know, K-pop is like it's like a hardcore industry. Not like, and it is brutal for like trainers, but they do have some dark sides about it, and we're gonna talk about one. It's not a theory, but it's what happened. Like, society would much ignore big groups that was out there. Big Bang made of 5 members, of course. Last year, they've been through a lot. One scandal, Sungri. It was a big scandal. I heard about it, and there are people who support it and people who don't. They say it's not his fault, and people are saying like, oh, we don't support him anymore because of what he did, and that's understandable. But I like to cover this topic because many people don't leave it as it is, and it never gets solved. From what I can remember, basically there was a club in Korea. I don't know, but supposedly he had like some kind of like prostitution and some gambling thing going on. Later on, they said like, oh, he was like doing drugs, whatever, blah blah blah. Oh, he made a sex tape with this girl, blah blah blah. I wasn't pretty sure what was going on since I just was into the K-pop industry for like. As soon as I heard this, I'm like, it was my first time hearing a big scandal, because the K-pop industry is so strict. Like, they train you for hours and hours, and they put you on strict diets where you see people, they just faint on stage. You can tell when they're like overworked, and it's like very, very scary. Although they do get the glory and everything, but very, very dangerous.
Don't believe everything